Hey there. If you caught Marissa's first solo episode, you already know she has a way of making you stop, think, and look at your life from a completely different perspective. And today's episode is no exception. So grab a cup of coffee, take a walk, or settle in wherever you're listening, and let's dive into today's episode with Marissa. If you're a dance or fitness instructor who wants to grow your classes, boost income, and turn your passion into a real business, you're in the right place. Each week, I'll share the exact strategies, lessons, and truth smacks from building a thriving belly dance fitness brand. We'll dive into what actually fills classes and keeps students coming back so that you can build a profitable instructor career. So, lace up those sneakers and pull on those dance shoes. It's time to build the business you deserve. I'm Orit, and welcome to Dance Fit Biz Builders.
Hey there, I'm Marissa, Director of Professional Development and Master Instructor of Sharky. I'm so happy to be a guest on Orit's podcast and again flying solo today to talk to you about the grit of true growth. We are going beyond the beat. The body never lies. As fitness instructors and dance instructors and fitness professionals, movement professionals, we track movement for a living. We watch alignment, form, and energy shifts in a room full of people. But how often are we tracking the subtle body cues in our own lives? The truth is, the body never lies. It holds the cellular data of our instincts, our desires, and our fears. But the head? The head gets in the way. The mind creates elaborate choreography to keep us safe, which really just means keeping us stuck in our old stories and comfortable feedback loops. So if you've had a hard time progressing, this podcast is for you. I want you to think about a moment where you're going to notice something incongruent with what the body is saying and what the head is saying, or even mixed signals. Now, this is going to get kind of silly here, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to tell you a real experience I had on a date. A man was looking at me. The chemistry, sky high. But he was shaking his head, like in the disbelief that I was too good to be true. So in that exact split second, his body was reacting to my authentic vibe, the reality he was seeing a prize. But then his mind took over, the insecurity, the old wounds woke up. He was shaking his head no. And interesting too, the first words that he ever spoke to me was, I think I want this opportunity. Now, does that sound certain to you? Absolutely not. It's the sound of an insecure ego trying to negotiate with a soul level connection. Now, if this person was stepping onto a dance floor, they'd be terrified to move. They'd be trapped in their own feedback loop of, I want the thing, but I'm too afraid to do it. I don't believe I can do it because it's too good to be true. So the subconscious mind can intentionally sabotage real world alignment to stay in its comfort zone. When a person experiences intense sky-high chemistry or a massive life glow-up, their internal blueprint gets shocked. So for you, when you're seeing something that you're really attracted to, like teaching dance fitness, like going for that really high-paying gig, working on a choreography that's going to really challenge your endurance and stamina. That's chemistry speaking to you. And if your subconscious identity is rooted in old insecurity, the real intimacy with that is going to feel like a threat. You'll protect yourself from the potential pain that you might receive as you go meet that challenge. Maybe it's going to come as the pain of rejection. And fear becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so what do we start doing in our practice or when we want something? We start breadcrumbing it. We'll look for easy validation elsewhere. And we'll say to ourselves, see, I knew this wouldn't work out. You'll create the opportunity right inside of your head to destroy the real world connection to the thing that you actually want, and instead keep your old story alive of, I'm not good enough. This is too much pressure. I'm going to lose my independence. These are the common fears around commitment. And commitment isn't just to a date. Commitment is to our careers and what we do as professionals when we are in a practice that demands our passion to keep going. Because as you know, this stuff is hard. It ain't easy making it in this business. So when I say practice, I am not talking about your practice of a 45-minute choreography. I'm talking about the practice of your entire life and what you bring every time you show up. Practice is how you talk to yourself when the music stops. It's your procrastination. It's your void filling. It is your habit of changing your path too often because the current one got heavy or boring. It's chasing the cheap dopamine hits of just doing the routines you are already good at instead of facing the ones that expose your weakness. Not getting the certification, dropping out. Listen, folks, real, authentic growth doesn't happen in the highlight of a reel. It requires grit. We have these internal scripts, and they are working against our growing edges. There's a people-pleasing loop. We stay in easy access mode because our brain whispers, if I say this, or if I do this, they'll get mad at me. That's an old survival loop. High-value leaders don't manage other people's tempers. They manage their own standards. Now, that's another real experience I unfortunately had to go through in my life. I was denied the time and space to practice my craft, my art, my discipline. I had to remain small for someone else's comfort. Now, there's times that we misinterpret discomfort. And as dancers, and even as teachers, there's a whole lot of auditioning that we have to do to get the part, to pass the practical. And when you try to step off the audition stage of a toxic dynamic or a bad business deal, your chest is going to tighten. And that's another real life experience I had. I had to leave an entire belly dance community to come find Sharkey. And yes, it is deeply uncomfortable. Your brain will tell you this discomfort is a symptom that I can't handle this. But that's not true. That discomfort is your growing edge. It is your nervous system expanding to accommodate your new, higher standard. You think when I came to Sharkey, I didn't have all those old fears replaying on me of I'm not good enough, I'm too much, I don't know how to do this? I had to quiet those fears and go for it. And I had to believe in the thing that was always living inside of me. So instructors, potential instructors, stop auditioning for spaces, clients, or business partners who require you to shrink your energy just to make them feel secure. For example, if you're a single parent working multiple jobs, sacrificing and building a real life while having a side hustle like this, your time is premium currency. Do not waste it on low effort. Those certifications that promise you things but don't deliver, don't waste your time on it. Hold the line. You've got to be able to detach. You step off the stage completely for spaces that aren't big enough to hold you. Why am I so passionate about this? Because I've been burnt and I've been hurt. And no, this isn't a bitch fest. This is my spirit that has taken hit after hit after hit for almost a 30-year career in the performing arts, working with my body, going through divorces, changing jobs, managing a single household. And I keep effing going. I get knocked down 9 times. I get up 10. And I want you to be able to do that. Because here's the thing that no one tells you about this work. It enriches your life. This is soul work. This is not just being able to teach a 45-minute class. Yes, when it's dressed up, that's what it looks like. That's what the consumer receives. But you know what? They're receiving so much more. And I'm telling you, my student retention has never suffered because they're receiving the entirety of my practice. The depth that I've gone to work on myself, my stories, and my fucking courage. There, I said it. So friends, please receive this passion as my care for you. Especially as women. And I know we're not all women, but I know a lot of the clients that I work with are women. And through the years, I've had to help women fully inhabit their bodies. To dance big, to dance strong, to dance unapologetically. That's who you also are in business and in your practice of putting your passion out there. I promise you, the right people will see you. And I promise you, you can't do or say the wrong thing to the right audience. On the flip side, you're never going to be able to say the right thing to the wrong audience. So what do? Chop wood and carry water. You keep going. You don't stop. You go to those uncomfortable places in your practice, especially in Sharkey. I know the beat is relentless. We're on a 32 count system that leaves very little margin for error. It requires precision and focus and practice. But gosh darn, when you get there, it feels glorious. I want you to have that experience. I want you to have that experience of what it's like to not abandon your desires, your passions, and to move through them not only with grace, but with the deepest, most profound self-respect you're ever going to experience. Until next time, all my love and patience with you. See you on the flip side.